Hello my viewers, you know how my channel always has interesting gists, right? Well, trust me, you wouldn't want to miss this one. I would advise you stick around and watch to the end because this video is a must watch. With that said, let's get into it. Okay, this video is just one of those videos you wouldn't want to miss, especially on the part we go through the stitches and comments. In this video, we get to see a black lady complaining about how tired she is with dating black men. She has a number of reasons for saying this, but if you want to find out, then continue watching as I play a video of her explaining herself.
Fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together, and then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us, but then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
Okay, at this moment now, I can only imagine how black men have taken this video, but maybe not just black men only, but black women as well. I know the responses will be fire, and what I don't want to imagine is how this girl's comment section is looking right now. But hey, how are we going to find out if we just keep on imagining? So let's take a look at some of the video stitches, and like always, my comments are always after the compiled video clips, or rather at the end of the video. So stay glued and keep on watching.
I'm tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men.
Now, y'all know I love a good double standard, because best believe if I made this generalization about a specific race of woman, I would be getting killed in the comment section. But girly over here can make this video and all the girlies agree, and then they add to it. But my question to you is, when do you take accountability for the type of men you entertain? When do you take accountability and say, you know what? The type of men that I am going for, the type of men that I entertain are not good for me. And you probably know that from the get-go. Let's be real. You know when you have a good man. You know when you are dealing with someone that has good things going for themselves and they know how to do certain things. But sometimes we be so hard-eyed that we just be ignoring it, but we never take accountability for it. We'd be like, oh my God, you tricked me. But baby girl, you knew he was a cheater. You knew he was a bum from the get-go. But you probably thought you could change that man. So as I said, you can generalize, but are you ever going to take accountability for your actions?
Of the lack of commitment.
I'm so tired of black women picking the worst black men to date and then say they're tired of dating black men. He goes on to talk about the emotional labor, the lack of commitment, the lack of money. I personally have never only limited my dating pool to black men. I'm here to tell you that men from every group ain't shit. It's all about how you pick them. From the black men that I've dated, they have been the most educated, the most gracious, the most willing to be in a relationship with me, the ones who sent flowers to my jobs, the ones who wouldn't let me fix my own car, the ones who paid my rent when I lost my job, the ones who loved their mother the most, because I know how to vet the men that I go on dates with. Never had a breakup because of cheating, because of abuse, because it was the black men in my life who taught me how to pick a man. But go on, sis. It's okay. May have work to do as a community on certain issues, but don't go blaming black men because you go on and pick the worst ones.
The lack of support.
Oh, you can't stand us, huh? Two business owner, full-time day job, multiple streams of income, easy on the eyes, consistently works on himself, knows how to lead, no children, ready to be wed. A Henry, high earner, not rich yet, working on his value. You can't stand us. Black, conscious, loving, committed, desired. You can't stand us, but guess what? We can't stand your ass either. Unagreeable, very combative, never take accountability. Because you choose wrong, you can't stand us. And then the ones that do agree with us or what we saying making logical sense is a pick Nisha. But sweetheart, love, my queen, my princess, just one time, turn that mirror around and look at yourself in your reflection and take accountability one good time. Try not to be combative. Try not to blame every man, every black man specifically for the men that you chose, that you were drawn to, and that was drawn to you. Because that means that it's something in your soul, it's something in you that caused the men over. This one time, with your unwedded child out of wedlock, not getting chose head ass. Have a good day.
Tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men.
So I just did a video before and I said, just go date non-black men. And it came off as insensitive, but I was serious though. If you are striking out with people that just look like you romantically, I don't see the harm in trying with somebody who doesn't look like you. You may find love there. Feelings, her frustration are valid. A lot of people feel the way she feels. I just think that there's a way to go about things like that without doing it like her. Because the problems she lists with black men in the video are not exclusive to black men. And my thing is, if I strike out with a few women romantically, I'm not going to come on social media and tell you about the list of problems with dating black women. Does that make sense? Because one, it's not fair to generalize an entire group because of a few bad apples. And two, I see enough black women and men bash each other on here already. It's not a good look. Like I said, her feelings are valid. It's just there's a certain way to go about it. That's all.
I am so...
The moment she said that we want y'all to be there, our ride or dies, and then once we get on, we don't want to talk to y'all or deal with y'all no more or support y'all, that let me know everything I need to know about the type of man she probably talked to. Because it sounded very personal. And after looking at her page, I'm sure her baby daddies don't talk to her no more. Now, it's just crazy to me how all these women in the comments can support this blanket statement about black men. But if this was the very same post and we reversed this and it was a man saying this about black women, we'd have a problem. But how about we start with just accountability? So if all the black men that you deal with, because we're just going to assume you deal with a bunch of them, all the black men you dealt with, and you're getting the same exact problem, might just not be the black men that you're talking to. Might just be you and the ones you pick. Now, I've told y'all before that there's a lot of women out here thinking that they are just something that they're not. Now, if your front porch keep attracting nothing but stray dogs, at some point in time, you got to ask yourself, why do all these dogs keep coming to my porch? Now, honey, I promise you, it ain't black men. It's you. And the ones that, whatever that you decide to pick, is something inside you that keeps drawing those same ain't shit black men to your door. But you ain't really have to drag us like that. You could have just said you want to talk to white men. We do. You will be okay. Go talk to go talk to the white man. Because we know that's what you getting at. Go talk to him. Because trust me, there's plenty of black men out here getting money, handling business, and doing things the right way with black women. And they just don't want you. And as always, you might just not be the woman you think you are.
The lack of support, the lack of encouragement.
So I'm making this video in response to what this young lady said, not to tear her down. I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of you men are going to say, well, when we make this video, people come for our neck. They do. But here's the thing that nobody talks about that needs to be unpacked. We're considered providers and they're considered receivers. That's the way we made it. And then we'll be 10 toes down talking about how a woman should respect us, honor us, do what we want them to do, and take care of the home. Well, if you're taking care of a home, you got to pay for it. You got to afford it. And there were 3 things that she said that I want to unpack. One, she said encouragement. I think that's just number one. I think one of the biggest things that women need from us, and let me say this, relationships are not a group project. It depends on the person that you're dealing with, what type of encouragement they need. But here are some basic principles. 1, they need to know that you love them. Number 2, they need to know that you care about their goals. Number three, they need to know that you are proud of the work that they're doing in the home or that they're doing with you. Just like you need that as a man. So why wouldn't a woman want that? The other thing she talked about was commitment. And I have to challenge this. She wanted commitment, but she had to be careful. She has to be careful as a woman, and all women need to, is that you give commitment as a woman early to a man who don't give it to you. And so what happens is you give him your body, you give him your bed, you give him your refrigerator, you give him your time, and he could be loosey-goosey about how he does things. What women need to do more of is match the hate behavior. Not the energy, the behavior. You give me a little bit of time, I'm gonna give you a little bit of time. Because if you're gonna lead me, if a man is trying to lead you as a woman, give him what he's leading with. If he's leading with only wanting to see you at night, then you lead with I only want to see you in the daytime. If he leads with I ain't really trying to pay for everything, then don't you pay for anything. If he leads with I only call you every now and again, then you call him every now and again. I bet you his behavior will either change or he will be gone. But you have to make the decision to have boundaries with a man. A lot of women have what they call unbounded mercy, where they let the man do whatever he wants to do and expect that he's going to in turn give it back. That's not how it works. A good man going to start off tops doing that. The number three thing that she said when she was talking about money, and I think that's tricky. What happens is where a man's heart is, his treasure is also, the Bible talks about, right? If a man is really not committed to giving you his resources, he wasn't committed to you in the first place, because a good man going to spend money where he finds something to be treasured. And what has to happen is you shouldn't have an expectation of a man giving you his money when he's really not giving you his soul, his heart, his mind, his thoughts. And I don't mean his soul like his whole life and he's a weak man, but I mean like he really cares enough about you to be fully committed to you and give you all that you need. Because a lot of men don't have emotional intelligence. They just have a rough exterior that we've been taught and conditioned by.
Emotional labor that comes with dating black men.
Who's going to hate you for having that opinion? I'm a black man and I don't hate you for having that opinion. As a matter of fact, if you feel like dating black men has been nothing but failures for you and not enough successes, and you want to choose to date outside your race because you're that much tired, I even understand that perspective of it. Now, while I do believe there is a lot of complexities that comes with dating as a black woman, such as in the city or state you're from, the dating range that you're of age that you're dating, what kind of men you're going for, where you meeting these men, I do understand that even though women do all of that work to make sure they're doing everything right, it is still frustration that come with looking for a black king. Now, universally, I apologize on behalf of all black men, but your opinion is valid and follow your heart.
I can't stand black people. I'm going to just leave the video with that. I can't stand black folks. We have a habit of getting our black ass on social media and just saying the most ridiculous thing and then having other people in the amen corner hyping us up, so now we feel vindicated and we feel right about the stupid things that come out of our mouth. We are on social media every day. We watch reality television. We see things every day of different races and ethnicities of people who go through the same shit that this young lady was talking about within their relationships. But the key difference between what she just did and what they do is they leave it at, I'm so tired of men, hard stop. But whenever us, get our ass on social media, it's, I'm so tired of black men. I'm so tired of black women. As if horrible dating experiences is just a us thing. I need black men and black women to realize that you are going to run across some shitty people. It don't matter what their skin complexion looks like. There's some ain't shit men out there and there's some ain't shit women out there. There's white women on this app every single day complaining about their husbands and how they ain't shit and how they cheat and how they lie and how they whoop they ass and how they don't take care of the kids and how just so many things. We see stories on the news all the time of how white men are murdering their wives, murdering their kids, and doing all type of sick ass shit. But somehow black women have dug it into their brains that going to the other side is the right answer. You're gonna find bullshit on all sides of the spectrum, ma'am. Dating sucks. And what I need y'all to also realize is if you only date one type of person, example, if you're a black woman who only dates black men, your chances of being hurt by a black man are obviously exponentially higher than your chances of getting hurt by a white man or a Latino man or whatever. I need black people to get their head out of their ass for a second and stop being so hell-bent on coming online and just bashing each other and degrading each other as if the experiences we're having with one another are only experiences that only black people experience with one another. Dating sucks, like I said before. So, baby girl, if you think that you just finna hop on the other team and just get all good shit, you are sadly mistaken. Just get some therapy, work your shit out, and just stop. Just stop.
Lack of money.
Okay, she started off the video saying that she knew she was going to get a lot of hate and a lot of blowback for that video. So I want to start off by saying I'm not coming from a place of hate. I'm not coming and making this video with any animosity or to attack you. I just want to speak on what you spoke on, what you posted, okay? First and foremost, and I'm not knocking you on this at all, but first and foremost, you are a 25-year-old single mother. It's not a bad thing, okay? I know people younger than you that have kids, everything like that. I commend single mothers. It's not an easy life, okay? But if I was a 25-year-old male, I'm not going to feel bad and ashamed about myself because I don't have a career and the money to not only support a woman, myself, and that woman's kid. You understand what I'm saying? We're in our late 20s, not even our late 20s, 25 to 30. We're young adults, okay? And you say that you're mad at black men for their lack of money. You put emphasis on their lack of money. He's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, however old you want to go into dating men, or if you date younger men, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, who is solidified in their career between 25 and 30? I'm 27 now, and the way my mind has developed and changed and matured from 24 to 27 is drastic. I'm still finding and discovering and learning parts about myself where I look at my younger self and I say, you dumb idiot. You really used to think that way. You know what I'm saying? So to say that men in their late 20s are lacking commitment and lacking money and things like that, that's not fair. We're all growing up in the same world, learning new things. Are you the same 25-year-old woman you were 5 years ago? I don't think so. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I will never apologize to anybody for not being the version of myself that they want and they require in that time period, because it's my life to live. When I have a career, when I have money, when I have things like that, and I'm ready to invest in a committed relationship, albeit all power to it. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not in that state of mind, I'm not going to apologize to somebody for that. You get what I'm saying? And you also said lack of commitment. If a 25, 26, 27, 28, 29-year-old male doesn't want to commit, he doesn't want to commit. He wants to be young. He wants to be promiscuous. He wants to go out into the world. You may look at that as something wrong. You may look at that as immature, but that is his decision to make. The only way that it's wrong is if he lied and he tricked you into thinking that he wanted commitment. Then it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But if he came to you and he said, hey, I just want to try this out. I just want to go on a few dates. You know what I'm saying? I'm not great in my career. I'm not Mr. Big Baller. You know what I'm saying? And then you expect commitment and financial support from him. That's on you. You put your requirements onto somebody who told you they did not want that for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that post is extremely unfair. Okay?
So after watching this video, in my head, I'm like, how many black guys or men has she dated for her to generalize her experience? But if we're talking about one or two experiences, then this kind of sounds unfair. But again, how sure is she that men of other races are different? Because I'm like, if this was it, then we wouldn't have been hearing women of other races complaining about the same things in their relationships. Don't get me wrong, these are just my thoughts. Like, I wouldn't want to put race as a factor to what people point to when they have negative experiences. I believe bad or good dating experiences are in every race. These are just my thoughts anyway, and I also respect your thoughts on this. But let's take a look at some of the comments and hear what people had to say. This one says, you are being unfair right now. If you're dating a black man, you are most likely to be a baby mama than a wife, and that is a fact. Now, the interesting part is someone replied to this comment and said, There are guys of every race that have zero intentions of marrying you, just like there are black men who have every intention of getting married one day. Now, the funny part is actually the people I thought would be so mad and be throwing shade on our video actually didn't take this in a bad way. I would really like us to look at some of the comments from black men. This one says, "Thank you. I feel this way when people do this to black women as well. It's silly and ridiculous." Then we have another comment from a man saying, "Exactly, they blame us when they choose to date the same type or the time." There's lots and lots of replies from people, and some are saying maybe she is the one with the problem and not the black man she keeps on dating. Now listen to this other comment. "Other races of men don't like us already, so who are we going to run to mean who a black man going to date if their own have like 1% remaining to date them?" This is so funny and interesting. The comments are really funny. I believe this is a two-way thing depending with how you take it, because I have people saying I agree with taking accountability, but I also agree with what she said. I guess two things can be true. Another one also says, "I liked your video and has you both had valid points." I would really love to end by reading this comment, which says, "I have dated all types of men from different walks of life, different races, background, different personality types, etc. It's the same." Now guys, how can someone date all these type of men? Anyway, it's just a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's hear what you have to say in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you in my next video.